between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Operating from the gun, Robbins. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
They'll get this to about the 38. Now, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage. An even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in the game.
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st and 10, Kowalski, and his throw here's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play caller. They were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And some room to work. And he'll be out of bounds.
50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. Their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity. And they're playing to it and playing well.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Lions coming in looking for win number 7 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
He's going to be taken down, plus there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Kamara. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Steps away to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
DJ Rodham able to record his 5th sack of the season. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Vikings 7, Lions nothing.
And the first play will be a field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Gay's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? The PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, it certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about a quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
On second down, Cook. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Back to throw. Kowalski. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Aiden Hutchinson.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So on fourth down, on is the punter Ryan Wright.
Back deep, Isaiah McKenzie. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Robbins.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Looking to throw. Kowalski toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. On first down, Kowalski.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 15.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder, this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Second down, it's Kamara again.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
From the gun on 3rd down, Robbins, and he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They run the counter with Cook. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Kowalski. And he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick 6 ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away, and finds his way into the end zone.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down, Kowalski. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
That's what you call a rookie mistake. Now, the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Robbins. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Robbins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. To throw on 2nd down, Kowalski. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis, operating gun, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A handoff as they run the counter play.
And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
To throw on 3rd down, Kowalski. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, a 22. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 5.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Cook is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. McKenzie now from his end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Rolling to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Charles Harris. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
So certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall.
And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay. From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds. Down inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
They'll run right here with Swift. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Off play action. Robbins throws the out route and finds Claypool. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal.
Kamara trying again, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Alvin Kamara, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Lions are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Kowalski. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
1st down, here's the run to Cook. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he will slide down with the 1st down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
To throw on 3rd down, Kowalski. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker, so the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. To return is McKinnon. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Looking to throw on second down. Robbins. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll leave them with third and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Back to Kamara for another catch. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's got some space here. And now off to the races down the right side.
And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. 112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as a bigger threat. And look at that wide open space. And he rumbled for big-time yardage.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Kamara is into the end zone. A touchdown, Lions.
Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as well as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
They run it again with Cook. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw.
It's complete. Kamara. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Back to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's back to throw.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. Let's go.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was